Quinn, and I recently just got this printer as my first printer, the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. And I'm so glad I got this one. So one of the most important parts for being a beginner in 3D printing is the setup, like making sure it's easy. Because I know people, when they go on the Ender 3 route, they often spend like hours and hours just like making sure everything works good and prints well. But with this Bambu Lab, it really wasn't like that. It took about 30 minutes and it just did some calibrations, and I was ready to put in my filament and start printing, and it was great. So the first print I made was a Benchy, and it actually messed it up. I had it on time-lapse mode, which is really unique, where it uses the 3D printer's camera, which I'll talk about later, and it can take tons of little photos and stitch them together and make the time-lapse. And it does say when you're selecting time-lapse mode that it could have possible defects, and I just didn't even see that, and I just selected it, and then it did actually fly off the bed, and yeah, and it completely messed up. So now I always have a little bit of glue on it, and it works pretty well. So let's talk about bed leveling. It bed levels automatically, so you don't have to do like that paper thing, and it's really nice. I'm really glad it does that. It also does, it can calibrate the Z offset, the vibration resonance, the nozzle pressure, and like I said, bed levels every time, which is super helpful. It has active flow rate compensation, and it also has active motor noise cancellation, which I found really cool. It calibrated that when I first set it up, and it would play it side by side with it on and off, and it was actually super impressive. Like, this thing can be pretty quiet even when it's really super fast. The only thing that's really loud though is like the fans around it that like are like much louder than the printer itself, I'd say. Let's talk about the speed. So this thing is really fast. It can get to 500 millimeters a second, and it can accelerate at 10,000 millimeters a second squared. So it's super speedy. And you can even control how fast you want it from the screen. You can choose between silent, standard, sport, or ludicrous, which I found kind of funny, those names. So you have a little screen, it's really great. Everything's super intuitive. It's a lot better than those like P1P and P1Ss with that like weird screen. It's like a normal screen, and it works very nice. It can also alert you about filament runout and filament tangling, which is super helpful, and it can recover if the power is lost. It has a stainless steel hot end that can get to 300 degrees Celsius. So with all those things combined, it's a really capable machine for $299 USD. The thing that I think this printer really shines in is the software. First, they have their desktop program, Bambu Studio, where you can slice, find models, and control and see your printer, which is really nice that it's all in one program. Also, you can look at your prints through the camera. Like I said earlier, it only updates like one time a second, so it's really slow, but it's enough so you can see like if your print has messed up or anything. Also, they even have a mobile app which can do a lot. Like it has a marketplace where you can get prints and print them off all from the app. You don't even have to touch any like slicer or anything, and you can also control it and see the camera too. So I want to take a moment to look at some of the prints I made. I want you to keep in mind though that you can get an AMS add-on, which means an automatic material system, which is an extra $160 at checkout or $250 later USD, which can make it so you can print in 4 different colors, which looks really cool. But I don't have that, but still I can print some really cool things, like you can see back there. So I printed this cool airplane, this fun person thingy, this neat device stand. I printed a few of those so I can set my phone around my room, this weird cube thingy, and this fun square fidget toy. So overall, most of these things printed really well, and I'm super impressed. Oh, another thing I printed was this poop basket. And if you're not familiar with Bambu Lab products, you may be thinking to yourself, what? A poop basket is a basket that picks up your printer purge or poop that the printer creates. Bambu Lab printers are notorious for creating these during like calibration or for the AMS when it has to get used in different color. And overall, these things are pretty wasteful. Like, I feel bad whenever it creates one of these. But like I did, you can print a little basket so you can make cleanup easier. So should you be rushing to buy one of these as your first 3D printer? I would say yes. If you're interested in getting a 3D printer, this is a great choice because you don't really have to tinker. And it calibrates everything and prints really well. And for $299 USD, I think it's a really great deal. So anyways, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.